Good morning, Taurus. Welcome back to the Warrior's Journey Tarot. This is your daily reading for Thursday, March 21st. I'm going to be pulling 5 cards from the Lion Strider Tarot as usual. Then I'm going to clarify with Gabrielle Bernstein's Miracles Now, Camilla Morton's Fashion Oracle cards, the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards by Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron-Reid, and Marcella Lobos. This is another Colette Baron-Reid Oracle deck. It's called Wisdom of the Oracle. And Angela Hartfield's Whispers of Love, which I haven't added a love oracle card yet, but I decided to add it today. And I think for the future readings. I don't know that it's going to be this deck in particular because I'm still looking for a good love oracle card, oracle cards. Let me light some Palo Santo and get the show on the road here. Today is the first day of spring. It's also the Libra full moon. So if you guys have crystals that you want to charge with your intentions set for tonight, that would be a good idea. I'm not going to because I can't. Not since the last time. It's been too much cleaning and bringing it back and forth and all that. And I like the new moon energy still. All right. So this is for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st, please. Can I get a card representing the situation for Taurus on Thursday, March 21st? This is for Taurus, the situation for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st. We get a card, there we go. 2 cards, Sun and the Page of Swords. On the bottom, 5 of Cups. So can we get another card representing Taurus? This card represents Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can we get a card representing Taurus for Thursday, March 21st? This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. A card representing Taurus for Thursday, March 21st, please. The Devil. Okay. Can we get a card for what's surrounding Taurus? Two cards. Here's 2 of Cups, clarified by 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. And then the last card is the outcome. And I'll take the underlying energy as well. There we go, Temperance. And on the bottom, 10 of Cups. And the Hierophant here. Okay. Okay, so this is weird. Let's just break it up here. The Sun is a situation. It's about having clarity in a situation. We see the Sun a lot lately. And it's about success, abundance, joy, male fire energy, and whatever has been confusing you, whatever the situation is where there might have been not knowing, this feeling of not knowing where you stand, not knowing what's going on, or it can even be related to, for some of you, your children or your child. More so though, because I see the Page of Swords clarifying this, unless you have a child who's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it feels like it's more in terms of having clarity, because that Page of Swords also has a sword in his hand, that same sword of truth, victory, and clarity. So the Sun here feels like whatever you've been wondering about in this situation for Thursday, March 21st, that there is going to be everything out in the light, and no confusion, knowing where you stand here. And what's clarifying this is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is someone who collects information, relays information. It's my card for the stalker, for the spy. So if there's someone possibly maybe, you know, watching you or collecting information on you, or you've been collecting information, possibly you've been trying to beef up on knowledge on something new, a new topic, some, you know, course, maybe going back to school for something. This is this information gathering of the Page of Swords. Also, it's important to mention that it's still a Mercury retrograde. I believe it's Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Anyways, Mercury retrograde. So what it means is basically that you're going to have some issues maybe with your technology not working properly, being a little bit forgetful, misplacing things, or having to, you know, this feeling of wanting to reconnect, or people from your past coming back, that type of thing. But regardless, this Sun card is the most positive card in the deck, and then you have it right next to one of the most negative cards in the deck, which is the Devil. Unfortunately, Taurus, this is you here on Thursday, March 21st. The Devil is about addictions, control, abuse of power, toxic situation. Now, when this card comes up, it's about, I feel it because you see these two people tied together and oppressed. Just be careful on Thursday for some of you. If you're feeling aggressive, if you're feeling like stressed out, feeling oppressed by a situation, or if it makes you do the oppressing here, could also be in regards to a Capricorn, but this Devil card is in the you right now position. So the Devil card here, it's about ego. So watch your ego, basically. It's ego, addictions, your lower nature, controlling, abusive power. It's toxic card. So it's one where whenever something positive is coming up, and I always talk about this when you're trying to push for something better, something comes up that is like this Devil card to create obstacles. So this is the Devil card here. It feels like it's controlling, that you yourself might be overtaken by your ego, overtaken by this negative, toxic kind of energy. So be careful. Now, around you, you've got the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Cups represents a harmonious partnership. This is a love connection, the meeting of two people who truly care about each other. It's a soulmate connection, if you want to say that as well. This is about love, but it can also be about business partnerships. It's about two cups, a well-made partnership, whether it be in love, business, whatever, friendship. This is a very good harmonious partnership. Now, what's clarifying this is Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about putting in work to master your craft. And Eight of Pentacles is about the late hours, being focused on your goal and doing your best, not just what's necessary, but doing more than what's necessary so that you can surpass expectations and do even better. This is about being really focused on your work to try to make abundance. And now, if this is in your relationship here with the Two of Cups and it's not going towards work, just because I see 10 of Cups down here as well, it's about putting in the work. Around you, this harmonious partnership will happen because this Eight of Pentacles here, clarifying this, saying if it's in terms of your love relationships, whether it be family or your kids or romance, whatever it is, this Eight of Pentacles is the energy of give and take, compromise, being willing to put in the work, putting your ego on the shelf, okay, around you. So it feels like, and I love you, Taurus. I love all the Tauruses. You know that. But in this reading, it looks like here, you're the one who's doing the controlling, and the other person is the one who's trying to work things out and put their ego on the shelf. They're the one who's being chivalrous. They're the one who's being gallant. They're the one who's being humble. Because that's what it's going to take to work with you on Thursday here. Because you are full of yourself on Thursday, okay? Love you all. You know that. But it can't be, you know, roses and sunshine every day. It still is. You know, you still have 10 of Cups, the happily ever after. There's the Hierophant and the Sun. It's beautiful energy. But for some reason, whether it be this full moon energy or whatever it is, planetary, whatever it is. This is major arcana. This is major arcana. This is major arcana. These are fated energies. So whatever's happening that's going to make you go down this road on Thursday, keep a cool head and try to check your ego. Okay, and I'm not saying this is very rare that this will come up for you guys, but we have to just address this. So in your partnerships, in your love relationships, the other person seems to be able to make this work out because this is what's surrounding you. Now, I would normally say this is you who's going to put this work in and try to be humble and all that stuff, but you got the Devil card for Thursday. So the outcome here, Temperance, is healing. Okay, so whatever toxic energy came into the picture on Thursday, the outcome is healing and putting things back into balance and putting things back into order. So, you know, if there were harsh words said, apologies being made. If, you know, you didn't spend enough time, spending more time. Whatever it is, this is my Netflix and chill card. This is my healing card. This is the card of, you know, if you've been eating unhealthy, you start eating healthier. If you've been spending too much, you start, you know, stop. And you start saving some money. Whatever it is, putting things back into balance. That's the Temperance, healing. And the underlying energy is great love, okay? This is 2 of Cups. This is 10 of Cups. This is your happily ever after. This is a soulmate connection. This is your true love. The situation here is the Sun. You two have a wonderful, beautiful, true love relationship. You're going to work it out. And underneath this is just a happily ever after. It's complete fulfillment, the 10 of Cups. All your cups are full. This is the completion of the emotions. Whereas the Queen and King, it starts getting into the court cards, the mastering of it. But the 10 of Cups is the happily ever after. So whoever is your happily ever after, take it easy on them on Thursday, basically. And underneath that, it has the Hierophant represented by Taurus. There is faith there. Faith, trust, and traditional values. And this is major institutions as well. Again, very spiritual, represented by Taurus. Let's take a peek. Ace of Cups. That sounds excellent. Don't worry. Don't worry. It just looks like, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle on Thursday for you. All right. Now, I'm going to pull a love oracle card here from Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. Can we get a card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st? And Taurus, it might even be you who's being controlled, which I didn't, you know what? I'm going to take that time out for a second. Okay. It could be, though, also, now if I spin it another way, the Sun here is you got clarity on some issue regarding this Page of Swords. Some kind of collecting of information, some kind of, it could be something that's been stressing you out, somebody who's been keeping tabs on you and collecting information on you. And then the Page of the Devil card, it could be that you're feeling the stress. You're feeling the oppression and you're feeling the toxicity of this. Okay? If this isn't you, this could be you. Okay? But surrounding this is so much love and healing will come. Okay. I don't even know why I didn't think of that. All right, so let's get one more card for Taurus. I'm going to go for Taurus for Thursday, March 21st. It's for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st. There we go. Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. All right, so leave that over here. And on the bottom it says, rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. But I'm not going to read the bottom cards today. I'm just going to get the show moving here because I got to do so many readings for the other signs, okay? There's about to be a mutiny. They're like, what is going on? All right. Let me read that. Number 34. A simple consideration is to be courteous when someone is trying to give us something. The angels encourage us to be able to graciously receive as an act of kindness. Allow someone the opportunity to express love by accepting what someone wants to do or give to you. Okay, lucky you. So somebody wants to give something, saying to receive it with love and appreciation on Thursday. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For Thursday, March 21st. Between worlds. This is where, you know, you're already made plans, you're already interested in something else, investing energy, but you're not completely out of another situation yet. Do you see how there's darkness here, and then this bright color here? Do you see how there's a devil here, and then there's the Two of Cups, healing, 10 of Cups? It's leaving. I feel like it's going to be leaving a toxic situation. Observer, again, with another spy card down there, right? You are being watched. Okay. Number 3. Transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity. Oh, that's that Page of Swords energy. It's curious. And trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life. Within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child, glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so, and you will not be disappointed. So I'm going to read the relationship message because there's so many cups here. It says, this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. All right. So now I'm going to pull one Mystical Shaman Oracle card. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a really good deck, I have to say. When I bought this, some decks you just resonate with, and others, you know, it's kind of, it'll do kind of energy. This one works very well, but sometimes it's just, I put it away and I'm like, okay, not for a little while now. And then I bring it back out. All right. Can I get a card, please, for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st? eagle. I love it. All right. On the bottom is the Sweat Lodge. We're not reading the bottom cards today. I'm sorry. I want to get this moving. So 16. It says, Eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun, of new beginnings. She soars high in the sky, sees the smallest detail with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountains. For Eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend, to acquire perspective, so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. The invitation. Have you become trapped in your daily routine and feel you do not know where to go and what to do next? Have you lost your sense of purpose? Eagle invites you to take a deep breath and spread your wings. When was the last time you opened them? Eagle reminds you that your spirit was born to soar to the heavens. As you contemplate choices, ask yourself, do I want to live in a chicken coop, sheltered from life, counting the regular feedings? Or do I want to soar like an eagle? If your answer is the latter, then you must accept Eagle's invitation and embrace the courage that will help you choose freedom. Love it. You know what? I love these cards. I'm going to read you the bottom card too. This is the Sweat Lodge. That's on the bottom. I know I'm being biased here, but I love these cards. 54. 54, it says... The Sweat Lodge, okay, the essence. The Sweat Lodge represents the womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside, then brought into the lodge and placed in a shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in complete darkness around the red-hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. When you return humbly to the womb of the Mother, you are offered second chances. The invitation. This is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul, to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what energies and, without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. All right, let's keep this moving here. This is Camilla Morton's Fashion Oracle cards. Let's get some inspiration for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st. All right, we will take, again, Madeleine Vionnet. Free your figure and be feminine. Decoration comes after construction, but architecture is essential. Be biased to your curves. Okay, I'm going to put this Hierophant over here because we've already seen it. And we'll take the bottom card too because these are short. Carly Kloss. Catwalks and coding. The new American dream. You don't need a label. You need a smile. Stand tall inside and out. And that's all about, you know, being beautiful on the inside, being beautiful on the outside, being intelligent, as well as known for being beautiful, because she does, you know, other things besides being a model. All right, so let's read about Carly Kloss and Madeleine. Madeleine. We just got her yesterday, so this must be important. Madeleine Vionnet is credited as a designer's dressmaker and the queen of the bias cut. She trained first as a seamstress, then went on to work as a toile maker, before designing for Jacques Doucet. In 1912, she found her own house. Now, I don't know if it's Doucet or Doucet, By the 1930s, Vianney dominated haute couture, and her influence had extended to America, where stars like Marlene Dietrich, Katharine Hepburn, Joan Crawford, and Greta Garbo all wore her creations. Her technique of cutting clothes on the bias along the diagonal grain of the fabric created a soft, fluid style that has influenced many designers since, including Ozzie Clark, John Galliano, Halston, and Azadine Alea. Alright, and then Karlie Kloss, the willowy Karlie Kloss. She's a statuesque 6'2", has led the way for millennial models when it comes to social media. She has more than 6 million followers on Instagram and regularly offers her fans a window onto her world. Whether it is workout and catwalk pics or tips on computer coding, she began working in 2006 at the age of 14. And her signature strut on the catwalk has made her one of the world's most influential models, with campaigns and covers for Vogue, McQueen, Dior, Yves Saint Laurent, Dolce & Gabbana, and Victoria's Secret, to name a few. So it's basically speaking to embracing your curves, freeing your figure to being feminine, being biased to your curves, I guess loving your curves. And here, the importance of, you know, having not just external gifts, external beauty, external wealth, but inner wealth as well. It reminds me of that Goddess Lakshmi card. True inner wealth. It's not just, everybody's always, can you, bless us with abundance? Can you give us money? And it's like, she's about true inner wealth as well, which is what I'm getting here with the Karlie Kloss card. Okay, so let's get a Miracles Now from Gabrielle Bernstein. I'll take both the top and the bottom just because these are real quick. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, and it fell over here on the 10 of Cups and on receiving with appreciation. So I will receive this with appreciation and love. Here, I surrender my desires and I know the universe has my back. Love it. I am not the victim. I am the lighthouse. And of course, this is coming with the Stalker card. Speaking to, because we got the Devil and we got the Page of Swords here, okay? The lighthouse attracts all kinds of crazies, okay? Because you're the light. So not everybody, healthy people all the time don't need to, be stalking others unless, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's saying it's because you're the lighthouse, okay? Some kind of comfort or guidance. Sometimes no is the most loving response. And that's speaking to having boundaries. If people are taking too much from you, asking too much from you, or you're giving too much, it's saying just say no and give only when you can. Say yes when you really mean it. And otherwise, it gets to a toxic situation. To travel further on my path of personal growth, I call on my spiritual running buddies for help. Excellent. Okay. There's a lot. To truly flourish is to release all the tension that holds me back from letting love pour through me. And it's releasing that tension. It's holding you back. You see these ropes around these two people? So I feel like this really is clarifying that it's some kind of situation that's making you feel restricted, controlled. Okay. So, and then there was the one on the bottom. I surrender it all. Let's take that. I will pull the Work Your Light Oracle card. I forgot about that because I know you guys like it. So, if I can find it now real quick. Where did I put it? Okay. Last card for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Thursday, March 21st, please. Can we get some guidance for Taurus? Some positivity, Something that Taurus needs to hear, needs to know for Thursday, March 21st. Okay. Transformation again. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. We just got this the other day, didn't we? Let's move this down a bit. On the bottom, warrior woman. This is the Warrior's Journey Tarot. How fitting. Okay, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? Okay. Number 90. Things are changing at a cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between. Look, between worlds. You are in between. Emerging, half risen, half falling. That's what this is, okay? Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. That's that full moon stuff. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regime, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You are deeply loved. It says hold the card on your heart and say, I allow myself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. Now let's see, warrior woman. Number 46. What are you being called to do or face that requires courage? If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Living a heart and soul-led life is not a life requires courage to triumph over fear. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, I'm not afraid, I was born to do this. But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. That's this. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. The work your light inquiry is, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? All right, guys, that was your reading. Speaking to it's a major transformation transition here. Coming out of this past toxic energy, this childhood traumas, all this past energy coming up. The eagle is saying, what would you rather do? Be a chicken in a coop, being fed regularly every day, with limited movement, or would you like to soar and be free? What would you do if you weren't afraid with the warrior woman? Transformation is happening. It's saying when all these things are coming up, witness it, feel it, don't be attached to it, and then release, let it go. Don't hold to that. In between worlds, so much healing is going on. Look at this temperance, the healing card. Looks great, just looks like it's full moon energy basically. The full moon bringing out everything from your hidden feelings. wonderful opportunity to release old toxic energy. So with that said, love you all. Take care. Have a wonderful day. I gotta do more readings. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.